All right, Steve Basic Architect. Yeah, we made it here. This is the home of the Black Fly Project. Now you're probably wondering what the Black Fly Project is and why are we at an airport. But we're about to go in and check this out. So, yeah, well, there it is. The Black Fly Project. Hey, Patrick.
Hey Steve, how's it going?
All right, so Patrick is the owner of European Architectural Supply. He's also the owner of his latest venture here. So
today we're not going to be talking about windows.
We're not talking about windows today. We're talking about really cool stuff. And I mean, Patrick, I know a couple things about this. Yeah, it flies, it's carbon fiber, but pretty much that's it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Give us a little tour.
So this is the first commercially available, what we call, in the primitive terms, flying cars. It's really not a car, but it's the first electric vertical takeoff and landing craft that's available in the world. I was lucky enough to get on the 10 spots of the early customer program that they had over at Pivotal. This is a Palo Alto company that has developed this aircraft. And it's an aircraft that can take off from your backyard. You can fly like an airplane, and you can again land like a helicopter, like a drone, right? It's a single-person aircraft, entirely electric. This is not a test prototype. This is an actual aircraft that I purchased.
On the sticker, it says version 3 over there, right? So
Yep.
you already had a few prototypes.
That's right. So this is version 3 of the aircraft. It used to be called Blackfly. Now it's going to be called Helix.
Okay.
So if you go to Pivotal.aero, you can actually place an order for one of these for next year. So if you wanted to buy one of these, you can order it just like a Tesla.
So for all of you that are sitting there saying, how much does that cost? Go on pivotal.com
and you can figure it out, yeah. The ultimate goal is for this craft to cost as much as like an SUV.
Right.
Right? So really the accessibility is the goal there. The really cool thing about the aircraft is like it's fully electric, right? So you charge up the batteries, you don't need any liquid fuel to fly this. And right now your range is limited to about 15 minutes of flight, so maybe 13 miles is the distance that you fly with it. It's a Part 103, FAA Part 103 ultralight aircraft. It's a special category of aircraft that, believe it or not, you do not actually need a pilot's license for. However, Pivotal, the company, requires you to go for a 2-week training over in Palo Alto where you fly a simulator for a week, and then you fly the aircraft the following week, and they get you certified. Because it's an ultralight aircraft, we cannot use it at European Architectural Supply. This cannot be used for commercial purposes right now, but we're evaluating this. I mean, one day I can envision that one of my service tech that needs to get to Martha's Vineyard, which takes us like 5 hours to get there on the ferry, could essentially go to the customer site, in 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, just get in, throw the tool bag in, and head on out.
And if you have a lawn about 100 feet by 100 feet, you should be able to land the aircraft. Eventually, it's going to be more autonomous. You'll be able to land in much smaller areas, maybe the size of 4 parking spaces or something like that, right? I really do think it's the future of one mode of transportation, which we didn't have until now. We had helicopters that were ultra loud. This is an aircraft that I flew from my home in Lincoln. I have very sensitive neighbors, and nobody complained. And so the noise signature of this aircraft is much better.
Yeah, it's pretty minimal. I mean, when you took off and landed, it was not very loud. It could have been a lot louder. Why don't you give us a little tour around it?
Sure.
And,
so we have 8 propellers, 8 individual motors. Each motor has its own set of batteries and motor controller, so all the power units are independent. The aircraft can fly with 6 power units. Okay. So 2 motors and propellers could, break, catch fire, have a mechanical problem, you should still be able to land the aircraft. If you have two motors fail on one quadrant of the wing, you're going to have to use the parachute. So the aircraft has a whole aircraft parachute. You pull the parachute and the aircraft will land. They have done 9 different tests with the aircraft with the parachute, and they were able to refly the aircraft that landed with the parachute. So it's not a lot of other aircraft that are parachutes, they are a total loss when they land.
What's the total weight on this?
The total weight, and get ready for this, 350 pounds.
Wow,
and
so
I'm 200 pounds.
That's 2 of me.
Yeah. That's right.
And the parachute is rocket assisted.
It's a rocket assisted. The reason for that is you want to be able to use the parachute at as low an altitude as possible. And when the parachute shoots up with the rocket, it opens up above you and you drop, within 160 feet, you should still be able to use the parachute. 160 feet is very little space. But that was a big safety feature that convinced me to overcome the is this technology ready hurdle.
Gotcha. And you said this is charging. Like I went out there, I shot some video of the 2 panels, but let's see what
this is really cool.
Is inside.
So normally I have a big gasoline generator here that I charge it with. This airfield actually does not have electricity, right? So I have a generator that I pull out and I charge from it. But right now, I set up a battery here, which I use for the Starlink dish here. And right now, we're actually charging from the solar power battery right in here. So you're familiar with this. They market these on the internet for camping, people with RVs and whatnot. And you can see the charger is drawing about 1,400 watts from this battery. The solar panels are supplying about 400 watts. There are 2 solar panels on the other side of the runway. And so all the electrons that are going into the aircraft right now are renewable. And so I did this yesterday. So the flight we did today was entirely renewable energy flight. There was 0 cost to it, 0 carbon footprint.
The cost of the 2 panels and the charger.
And being able to travel through the air and not burn any fossil fuels, I mean, that is kind of the dream we're trying to get to, right?
Right. And then this thing, I'm going to back up here carefully. This thing just literally plugs into the underside
of the wing.
Of the wing right there.
And each wing has an outlet like this. So if I'm charging it with the high capacity chargers, 2 chargers to 2 wings, you can charge it 25 minutes. And that's a full charge, right?
Yeah.
So I've been plugged into this charger just for a few minutes and we have already gone up 10% on the battery.
And basically the control panel is the iPad.
That's right. It's a Samsung tablet,
Yeah.
Very simple, single joystick control. Everything on the aircraft is redundant. So I have 2 joysticks, not because I need them, but the second joystick is my backup. So if you're right-handed, you use the right-hand joystick. If you're left-handed, you use the left. And if there's a problem with the joystick, you switch to the other. There are 3 computers in there, 3 GPS sensors, 3 pitot tubes. Essentially, everything is designed for redundancy.
And then one of the other things, the things that I thought was really cool is the little trailer that they supply you with. Like, you wheeled this thing out and then wheeled it back in.
Yeah.
Absolutely no problem. It kind of dumps off like a boat and it just rocks.
Well, the next thing I'm going to show you here, this actually came with a tow-behind trailer. Okay. It's a trailer I can tow with my car, and you take off the 2 wings, take about half an hour, you pack it in the trailer, and you can take it up to Vermont, New Hampshire, find a big meadow, and do a flight. You can fly on a coastline, anywhere where there's open space. You have to fly it over uncongested terrain, right? So ultralights have this special requirement. You cannot fly it over downtown Boston right now, right? It has to be flown over mostly open space.
Wow. All right, where's that trailer?
Let's go have a look.
All right. So there we go. So this is a trailer that can actually carry it. What is that? Maybe about 6 feet. Well, probably about 14 feet.
14 feet, yeah. This is what contractors use typically, right? This is what a lot of carpenters use for their tools. And inside here is a cart where you put the 2 wings, and then the fuselage, you saw it on that cart. You just slide the cart right in, you strap it all down, and you need 2 people to assemble it, and it takes about 35 minutes to put it back together. So it's
So yeah,
completely
you can
portable.
take it away for you, you know, for the weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
So, wow, that is cool. Patrick, I want to personally thank you for bringing me out here and showing me this.
This is the only one in
cool.
Massachusetts, and it's only the second aircraft on the East Coast. There's one in Delaware, one here in Mass, and so it, you know,
there's only 13 in existence.
there's 13
right
in
now.
existence right now.
And 20 licensed pilots.
That's
or not
correct.
Licensed pilots.
Trained
20
pilots.
Trained
Yep.
pilots.
Yeah, U.S. Air Force is testing 4 of the
Yeah,
aircraft,
so 4
and
of the 13
9.
is by Air Force, and they fly
Yeah.
them autonomous. You said.
That's right. They fly them without people in
right.
them. Yeah.
So that means there's 9 privately owned, where some people are having some fun.
Yeah,
But,
and we have logged a combined 1,100 flights already.
wow.
So not the company, the actual customers
The initial
flying. Yeah.
No, that's great. All right. Well, if you don't know Patrick, like I said, he owns European Architectural Supply. I am a huge fan of their windows. You see them going in on a lot of our projects. Very thankful to Patrick for allowing us to come out here and check this out. So thanks, buddy.
Awesome. It's good to have you here.